What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning into the burlybuilds YouTube channel. So in this episode, you're going to see us replacing the tie rods on a 2007 Chevy Tahoe. Now, this video is part of a bigger video where we actually replace the entire front suspension on the vehicle. So if you want to see that, it's down in the description. You can click the link and watch that entire video on how to replace the entire front end. However, this video, we wanted to be nice, short, and sweet to the point on how to replace just the tie rods. So one thing you'll notice is that when you get to a certain point in the video, you'll notice a bunch of components missing. That's normal. That's because the video was filmed to replace all of these components. However, to do the tie rod, you do not have to remove everything like that. If you follow the steps as shown in the video, you'll be in good shape. So thanks for stopping by. If you like what you see, give us a like, subscribe, maybe even comment down below. Let us know if you like the video. And I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy the video. Best of luck. Alright, so this is the vehicle in question. This is a 2007 Chevy Tahoe. This video will apply to pretty much any Chevy or GMC full-size SUV, so that being a Tahoe, Suburban, Yukon, two-wheel drive 1500 series, 07 to 14 I believe, or a 07 to 13 Silverado Sierra 1500 two-wheel drive. Okay, so after you get the vehicle jacked up, first step, pretty simple. You're just going to want to take the hubcap off. There's little provisions for prying it out. All right, next step is just taking the tire off. You're going to want to grab a 22mm socket and either your impact or some sort of large breaker bar. Some vehicles might have a locking lug nut, so just be aware of that. And next step is the tie rod end, getting that loose. It's a 21mm. Should be able to just hit it with an impact.
Alright, let me finish pulling.
Ben's gonna take a whack at this thing and try to get the tie rod released. There it goes. Hey. So for the tie rod, you need a 24mm box end, and then we're using a pipe wrench to hold it still. So two people makes it much easier. Get it tight enough. There we go. And that'll allow you to get the nut loose. You can also do that when it's still in the knuckle at the very beginning, and it might make it a little easier. But straightforward enough. Now, before you take the tie rod end off, you're going to want to make sure you can count the revolutions out that you turn it, because you're going to want to go in the same amount of revolutions to get the toe alignment as similar as you can to where it came off, so you can get it to the alignment shop and get it properly aligned.
Right there.
So then, the next step to get it off, you'll actually have to hold the inner tie rod. We're not replacing the inner tie rod. Ours is in good shape. If you do need to change it, you're gonna have to take this boot off, and there's gonna be a big nut up here at the steering rack. But again, we're not doing that. There's no wear on ours, and the original part's in good enough shape, so we're not gonna touch that. But now we're going to have to hold this piece so we can turn the tie rod and get it off of here. There you go. It might just take a little bit to break it loose first. So as you can see, we've gotten one revolution there. And then you're just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, however many it takes to get it off of there. And put the new one back on in the same amount of revolutions. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 18 revolutions to get this thing off. We've got our new one right here, but that'll help hold it in place. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Hold this here, and I love these locking crescent wrenches. Obviously, you can see I'm not even holding it anymore. It keeps it in place. So now I'm going to pull this up nice and straight and tighten that down. So next up is just putting the tie rod in place. A little motivation.
go.
Those Milwaukee metal blades for the saws.
Let's tell us we're getting tired of this. I think that's a weapon.
It could be, yeah, it doubles as one.
This is my tire iron. You get out of the car.
Yeah, right.
When that guy cut you off in road rage.
Yeah.
Well, when I bought, way back when I worked at Goodyear and I bought the impact gun. I don't remember.
All right, one of the last steps before you put the tire back on is putting grease in your joints. Some of them come pre-greased, so just be aware you don't want to put too much grease in here and blow the seals out. So just be mindful of that when you're putting grease in. So after you've gotten it down on the ground, one of the last things to do is torque up the lugs. You're going to want 140 foot-pounds on this vehicle for that. There's an indicator for where the valve stem is. Just make sure you get it in the right orientation or you're going to drive yourself nuts trying to align it and get it right. So, car's all done. We just got it down on some blocks. 100% go get in alignment after this unless you're some sort of professional. But honestly, if you're a professional, you're probably not watching this video. All right, that's a wrap. Remember to like and subscribe. I appreciate y'all.